Hi y'all! Welcome to this short video, Introduction to Philosophical Arguments. It's designed to give you the tools to better read, understand, and evaluate philosophical texts, especially when it comes to identifying and analyzing arguments. Let's start with the basics. What is a philosophical argument? In philosophy, an argument is not a fight or a debate. It's a set of statements designed to prove a point. These statements include premises, which are the reasons or evidence, and a conclusion, which is the main claim the author is trying to support. Understanding how these parts work together is essential for engaging with philosophical writing. Reading philosophy can feel challenging at first, but here are a few tips to help you get more out of it. First, approach the text with an open mind. Be aware of your own assumptions and biases. They can affect how you interpret what you're reading. Next, read slowly and carefully. Philosophy is dense, and this is not the kind of material you want to skim. Try to identify the main conclusion of the argument and the premises that support it. It can be really helpful to paraphrase the argument in your own words or make a brief outline. I usually make a brief outline. Finally, evaluate the reasoning in the argument. Is the argument strong? Do the premises really support the conclusion? This is where critical thinking comes in. To help make arguments clearer and to make it easier to analyze arguments, philosophers often use what's called standard argument form. It looks like this. Premise 1 is on the top line, that's your first reason. Premise 2 is on the second line, that's a second reason. Then you see the points of ellipsis showing that for each of the different premises that you have, you'll put it on a separate line. Then at the bottom, you put your conclusion, which is the main point. By laying things out like this, we can see how each part of the argument works. It's a great tool both for analyzing other people's arguments and for constructing your own. Later in the semester, I'll show y'all how to form an argument using this as your outline. So how do you find the conclusion and premises when you're reading? Certain words or phrases can give you clues. Conclusion indicators include words like therefore, so, thus, and hence. When you see these, the conclusion usually follows. Premise indicators include words like because, since, due to, or for example. These signal reasons that support the conclusion. You can also play what I call the therefore game or the why game. In the therefore game, try inserting the word therefore between the different statements to find what logically follows. In the why game, ask, why does the author believe this? That can help you uncover the premises. Because this is an ethics course, we're especially interested in moral reasoning, arguments that support moral claims, like stealing is wrong, or we have an obligation to help others. A good moral argument will have solid reasoning and true or well-supported premises. Watch out for fallacies or errors in reasoning. For example, a speaker might appeal to emotion instead of offering real reasons, or they might assume what they're trying to prove. Part of our job is to check whether an argument is both valid and sound. All right, y'all, that wraps up our introduction to philosophical arguments. You now have a very basic toolkit. You know what an argument is, how to spot conclusions and premises, how to read philosophy more effectively, and what to look for in a strong moral argument. For more detailed information, see the videos on this channel about tips for reading philosophy, identifying parts of arguments, and testing validity. Thanks for watching, and as always, let me know if you have any questions. Y'all have a great day.